looking to score a run against this Baltimore pitching staff for the first time in this series. Tonight it was 64 game time. Altuve swings at the second pitch and sends one way up in the air to the right fielder Anthony Santander, who puts it away for the first out. Just missing with the fastball inside. Tried to dot him up at 97. Could have gone either way. Bregman into center field. Mullins going back, eases up as he gets to the warning track, and he'll flip it into the crowd after making the catch. For him, he's most comfortable with, road or home. As Cedric Mullins delivers low for ball one. Sends this one into center field on a line, and Chas McCormick puts it away for the first out. And he goes the other way with a little ground ball base hit in between first and second. Ryan Mountcastle with a single to right. Won against the Orioles at Minute Maid Park 3 years ago. There's a ground ball through the hole into left field. So a couple of ground ball base hits here in the first inning for the Orioles. Mountcastle followed by Santander. A run as a right-hand hitter. Grounds this one towards the hole. It's going to be tough to turn two. Altuve doesn't even make the throw. They get the force on Santander as Rushman. And he gets him on that curveball for the final out of the inning. Framber picks up his first strikeout. A couple of hits, 2 left on. The Astros back at Minute Maid Park in August. Tucker towards right field and under the glove of Rougned Odor. It looked like Odor had him lined up for a backhand. It was going to be. There he goes. Pitch is wide. The throw's a good one, and they're going to say safe at second base. By Sean Murphy in the last homestand. He's going for another bag. Chirino's throw is in time. They get Tucker this time. Base in this series. That's it. And all 3 runners have been thrown out at third base. Chas McCormick grounds out to end the inning. So a hit. 5 games with 2 to go. This one slowly hit. Framber will pick it up and have no throw. We've seen that movie before. A little tapper against Framber Valdez for an infield hit. 399 ABs. Just a little tapper. Framber is going to make the play himself. Will have to spin and throw in time. Nice job by Framber getting off the mound in a hurry to get Odor. On the play, Hayes moves to second. Ground ball towards Altuve. The runner will move to third. Altuve makes the play to first for the second out. Hayes. He got him. Martine's going to have to make the throw to Yuli Gurriel for the final out, which he does. Chirino strikes out to end the inning. Javier getting the start tomorrow. Dubon sends one to the middle, not hit hard, but that's going to find its way into center field. So Dubon with the Astros' second hit, a leadoff base runner. And he goes down on strikes here. Altuve goes after the 3-0 pitch, sends it to center field. Well hit all the way back. That ball's gone. First run to the series for the Astros. Coming a 2-run home run by Jose Altuve. And the Astros take a 2-0 lead.
Little man loves that elevated fastball, and Baumann gave it to him at 95 miles an hour at the top of the zone. And he makes a deposit in center field. He leaned back on that one. 101 off the bat, 405-foot bomb to center field. Breaking the seal here at Camden Yards.
And Baumann comes back to pick up a strikeout of Yordan Alvarez. That'll end the inning. We're going to hear from James Click next half inning. He's going to join us in the booth as Framber Valdez picks up a strikeout to end the inning. Heard that before. He's done it all 3 innings so far as he strikes out Santander.
And his pitches continue to add new pitches. He's got that little cutter that he's working on these days, which I think gives him another wrinkle.
Stolen base, and Tucker being so good at it. You've got Altuve running like crazy. These guys move a lot of the bases.
Yeah, and we're always looking at the risk reward of all of those decisions. Well, it's right in your face, but there is a lot of it that goes on.
Of course, we're going to have the quickest half inning of the night. Leadoff walk followed by a double play and a ground ball.
During the course of this season, you haven't really had to shorten too many games by going to the bullpen early. Is there any idea of potentially doing that in the postseason, or are you just going to ride these guys out and let them continue to do, hopefully, what they've been doing all year?
99 wins with 10 games to go. You know, that's a tall order for any team.
Tough play for Bregman.
Sometimes their top speed, their route efficiency, and all right.
Oh! Ball fumbled by Pena. Could have been the 25th double play behind Framber Valdez this year. Seth Martinez down a couple of times. It gets even tougher. This ball sent through in between Altuve and Pena is going to score 2 and tie the game. Odor had a 2 RBI base hit against Verlander. Does the same here against Framber Valdez to tie up the game. Framber facing Jorge Mateo here. A little soft tapper up the first baseline. Framber will flip it with his glove and get the first out of the inning. Austin Hayes will score a run to make it 3-2.
For water on the infield is really weird.
That was a great Maddox effect when we played.
Ball in the dirt will allow Odor to get to third. 2 earned runs, 1 unearned run in this inning. As Mullen sends one high in the air to right field, Tucker will look at this one go. 2 more unearned runs cross the plate against Framber Valdez. It is 5-2 Orioles. The consecutive quality start streak doesn't end with the 5 runs, but that's a big 5 spot for Baltimore here in the inning.
Yeah, this team is playing possessed against the Astros.
If we don't end up coming back, the guys will talk about it for a little bit, and then that'll be that. So
we should have had you sign a waiver to make sure and struck out too. There's a ball up the middle. That's the way to start the top half of the 5th inning after a 5 spot in the bottom of the 4. Chaz McCormick, a leadoff base runner for the Astros here in the 5th.
I know that from my fantasy football league.
There's a line drive. Base hit in the left field. Maldi with a base hit. He's now 9 for his last 18. And the Astros back in business will bring the tying run to the plate in Jose Altuve. Altuve hit a 3-0 pitch out for a home run his last time up, and that one misses ball 4. So the bases will be loaded. McCormick on third, Maldonado on second, Altuve on first, and that ball's in the gap. That's going to score at least 2. Altuve's flying to third. He'll be held up there. The Astros make it a 1-run game. It's now 5-4. Pena 2 RBI double. Season here facing Perez for the 2nd time in a month. There's a base hit to left field. Altuve will score. Pena being held up. And the throw comes back in. Yordan Alvarez ties the game at 5. His 95th RBI of the year. Alex fouls one. Long run for Santander, and he'll make a basket catch. Here comes Pena. Here comes the throw. Pena's safe. To second goes Alvarez. The throw gets away. Jeremy Pena with a head-first slide gives the Astros a 6-5 lead. Swings and misses.
Watch the head. That right arm hit and tucked, so he had no protection.
Last batter. But he is able to get Tucker to end the inning. In the air, pretty well struck to center field. Santander thinks he has enough, and he does. About 6 rows deep into the center field bleachers. Solo home run for Santander, his 28th on the year, 13 since the All-Star break, and we are tied at 6.
Fastball on that outer third. Santander got to it. He dons the home run chain in the Oriole dugout.
Here's Adley Rutschman. Rutschman hits the ball into right center field. That'll be down for a hit. Tucker will play it on a couple of hops. Rutschman on first base with nobody out here in the 5th inning. Called third strike, dotted him up on the inside corner. Big strikeout for Framber. Broken bat towards the lead miss, bobbles, and finally gets the ball out of his glove. They get the force at second. Diaz couldn't find the handle, finally found it in time to get the force out. In the air to center field. Should be playable for Chas McCormick. And it is. Framber Valdez through 5 innings. Swing and a miss. First strikeout for Baker. 2 outs in the inning. Will pop up on the infield. Rougned Odor will put it away. The third tonight. And this one sliced down the right field side. Tucker is going to have to play it on a couple of hops. Mateo's thinking about 2. Don't do that against Tuck, even though that throw goes by. Aledmys Diaz backed up by. And that is up. Ball 4. Swing and a miss. A late swing by Mullins, picking up a strikeout for Framber. That's a half dozen strikeouts and 1 out here in the 6th.
Starts.
That's a base hit into right field. Around third comes the speedy Mateo. Tucker's throw is going to be late. Orioles score the 7th run of the game.
Start streak. Just frustrating.
Altuve backs up, plays it on a hop, and Rushman is thrown out. Nice job by Maton coming in out of the bullpen to strand 2 more. Maldonado strikes out to start the 7th inning. Tate picks up a strikeout in the first battery bases. We're actually into the palm of his glove. 3-2 pitch again, and this one roped, but at the third baseman. Nothing the first 2 nights.
True.
And we saw something we haven't seen since April, and that's a tough start from Framber Valdez. We haven't seen that.
Yeah, we haven't seen that literally in 5 months.
Base hit by Urias to start the inning. Ground ball, base hit. 0-2 pitch, single into left field. Well, the Orioles keep piling up the hits tonight. 2 singles here in the 7th inning. That Humrod, the only other pitcher that averages 92.9 on the slider. That bunt is popped up. Hunter Brown can't make the play. Yuli's going to throw to third. He had to play at second, and everybody's safe. 3 fastballs to Mateo. And now he gets him at 99 at the bottom of the zone. Mateo has nothing to argue about. He should have been rung up the pitch before.
It's a pretty good hitter in Gunnar Henderson.
Slowly hit. Yuli is going to try to come home. They get the force out at home plate. That is out number 2 as Ramon Urias sliding into home plate after the ground ball right side. Altuve is there, and Hunter Brown has pitched around, bases loaded, and nobody out. Now Jordan with a 3-1 count. And that pitch is up and away, ball 4. Jordan draws his 2nd walk of the game to start the inning. Bregman flied out to left against Dylan T. And then that splitter gets Tucker for the 2nd out. Struck out on a splitter back in August. This ball hooked down the line and left. Long run for Austin Hayes, and that ball is going to drop in fair territory. Alvarez will be held up at third base. He runs through the stop sign, and we're tied up. Jordan with a head of steam was held by Gary Pettis, and he kept going to tie the game at 7. That one over the head of the catcher. Rushman will allow Yuli to get to third on the walk to Chas McCormick. There goes the runner. The pitch is up and in. No throw. Chas McCormick takes second base. Swing and a miss. Dubon goes down on strikes. The game is tied up, though. Ground ball towards left field, in between Bregman and Diaz. And Mountcastle has his 3rd hit of the night. In the air, well hit to right field. Santander has done it again. 2-run home run, his 2nd home run of the game, and the Orioles retake the lead. It is now 9-7.
That was the changeup. It was down to the zone. Santander just did a better job of going down and getting it. It was over the middle part of the plate. What a night of big swings.
'29th home run of the year, is 2nd on the night.
So that changeup stay over the middle part of the plate. Santander didn't miss it. one bit. He's homered from both sides of the plate tonight.
Rutschman strikes out on a 3-2 fastball. Montero picks up his first out of the inning.
Right here at home against Toronto.
That one popped up, playable for Yuli Gurriel in foul territory, and that will end the inning. Vasquez loops one into right field. That's going to be down for a hit, and the Astros will bring the tying run to the plate here in the ninth inning. Christian Vasquez, a pinch single for Martin Maldonado. Up and in, ball 4, 4-pitch walk, putting the tying runs on base with nobody out situation. Jordan, line drive, single into right field, down for a hit. Vasquez being held up, bases are loaded with one out. Bregman, slow ground ball towards third. Gunnar Henderson makes the play to second. The return throw not in time, run scores. It's now 9-8 on the fielder's choice. Altuve, the tying run, moves to third. Tucker hooks one into right field. That broke down into the wall. Altuve scores the tying run. Bregman is going to be held up. We're tied up at 9. The Astros get another 2 runs against Felix Bautista, who has been brilliant out of the Orioles bullpen this year. Tied the game with the Astros down to their final out in this game. Yuli goes the other way. That's going to be a squirter. It gets through. 1 run scores. Here comes Tucker. He is going to be safe at home plate. 2 RBI single, Yuli Gurriel, and the Astros lead this crazy game 11-9. Now a balk as Reed has the ball dislodged from his hand as he hit his leg on the delivery, and that means Gurriel can trot into scoring position.
Yeah, you can't do that. I don't know.
0-2 pitch hit in the air to right field, playable for Santander. They have Jesus Aguilar on their bench. They have Kyle Stowers on their bench. Odor drills one deep to right field, and this game continues to be wacky. That's one on to the pavilion out there above the out-of-town scoreboard. Odor hits a home run against Presley to make it 11-10.
I think Ruge thought he tied it up. Ruge laying into that fastball. Full 104-foot shot. Solo job makes that score 11-10.
Swing and a miss. Presley picks up a strikeout. 2 outs in the inning. Fly ball, left field, playable. Mauricio Dubon will come in and make the catch, and that will do it. The Astros win their 100th game on the season. They become the first team in American League history to have 4 100-win seasons in 5 full season stretch. Dusty Baker becomes the 4th manager to win 100 games as an American League and a National League manager. Plummer, this was a crazy win.
TK, I'm just glad you and I survived this thing. There was a lot going on, a lot of action. But we've seen this team fight, and they get to 100 with fighting against the Baltimore Orioles. Not much, like you said, those previous 5 games, but today had everything, and the Astros are victorious.
100 wins, 50 on the road, 3rd time in franchise history that's happened. A lot to digest and a lot to talk about tonight with Kaylee Griffin and Brian Bogusevic, as the Astros post-game show presented by Whataburger will be right around the corner. Dusty Baker joins Whitey Herzog, Sparky Anderson, and Tony La Russa as managers in the American League and National League with 100-win seasons. Post-game show coming up next.